Good one. You're either going to love or hate this rifle. Please comment below. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD and this is the Chiappa Little Badger survival rifle. One of their survival series rifles. This one is in .22 LR, Rimfire, 22 long rifle, whatever you want to call it. They are available in 9mm, what is it, flob art or whatever they call it, shotgun, and you can also get it in .22 Magnum as well. Single shot, pull that lever and just breaks open like that, straight into the breech. The round will go. Cock the hammer and you're away. But what do you think, guys? You're either thinking yuck and you've just puked, or you're thinking interesting. This thing, guys, seriously is really good fun. We've ran this thing in a bit of like a run and gun situation where we weren't actually running with this gun, but we'd run to a stage where this gun was sort of set up, and because it's so lightweight, weighing in at just 3 pounds, believe it or not, you've really sort of got to get your breathing right and, you know, control your heartbeat or your pulse, so to speak, because this thing is totally unforgiving when you're sort of, you know, just holding it sort of freehand shooting it, because it is that light, it'll just feel every heartbeat. But serious fun, guys. For a single shot little rifle, it is serious fun. Now, I do believe that there are some air forces in Europe that actually have these rifles on board their planes, just in case their pilot is downed and they need like a survival rifle. It does fold up in a nice neat package like so, so you can easily store this thing in a backpack or something. Really cool survival rifle. But I've had some serious fun with this, guys, down the range. Shooting paper with it, shooting steel gongs. It's just really good fun, and I think it would be an ideal rifle for a newbie, or especially a young shooter, you know, just getting into the sport. Ideal. But when I first got this, guys, I thought, holy crap, is this thing actually legal? It's that small here in the UK. But yeah, totally legal. Barrel is 18.5 inches. Overall length is, I think, just under 33 inches. But it's just a totally cool, fun gun. But very practical. You know, if you want to run it as a survival rifle in a backpack. But I'll jump in with this RACKNLOAD review anyway, give you a bit more detail. I have done a few tiny sort of slight modifications to this. I have took 2 of them off, but the one modification that I can't take off, and I will show you, is just a bit of grip tape there, just to give a bit of traction, bit of grip. Just feels better. That's something I've done. I'll tell you about my little mods that I've done in a minute, but let's take it from the top in a full RACKNLOAD review. So the stock, well, there's not much to it, as you can see. It's this skeleton sort of solid steel framed stock, really quite tough, durable. You can't really bend it or anything and, you know, break it. A lot of guys, if you Google Chiappa Little Badger or Little Squirrel, they're just called either Little Badger or Little Squirrel. It depends where you are. Surprisingly, here in the UK, it's called Little Badger, which I guess is a little politically incorrect, I guess. But for argument's sake, we'll call it the Little Badger, but it is also known as the Little Squirrel. yeah, back to the stock. You've got this minimalistic sort of shoulder piece. It's got a bit of mud on it. Like I said, we've ran this thing pretty hard in the snow a few weeks back. That's minimalistic. This bit here is interesting. It's actually a bullet holder. So I've just got a 22 long rifle round here. You can just clip it in. Sorry, I'm off camera there. Clip it in there and that'll hold, I think it's at 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, no, 12. So you can hold 12 rounds in there, 6 on either side. That's quite cool. Just get that out of the way. And like I said, the stock, yeah, pretty sort of minimalistic. But like I was saying, if you Google this this rifle, look at some of the pictures that Google brings up, you'll see a lot of the guys actually wrap this skeleton stock with paracord. Not only is that practical with it being a survival rifle, because obviously paracord is very useful, not only that, it'll give you a little bit more comfort as well when you get your cheek on this thing, especially in sort of cold weather, because you know it's still a little bit cold. Not being a wimp or anything, but you know, comfort is good. Moving along, you've got obviously this like basically the frame of the the action of the rifle. Pretty damn minimalistic. Like I said, I've put this grip tape on the top here for your thumb, just offers a little bit of traction. You'll notice there's this rail here. Now you can actually get pistol grips, and they're almost like tubes. I'll show you a picture of one actually, if I can find it. I think, bear with me guys, I'm just getting in the box. Well, I'll show you the box while we're here. This is the box. Chiappa little badger survival series. I'll just get you the, may as well show you the instruction manual or safety manual, whatever you want to call it. There it is. There's a picture of the pistol grip. Basically to keep a cleaning kit in there or survival kit in there. But to be honest, it don't really look very nice as far as ergonomics go. So I don't think I'll get one of them, to be honest. The manual is not bad. Obviously tells you all your do's and don'ts, how to set up the sights, this, that and the other, exploded diagrams. Obviously look at that, I mean there really is not a lot to this rifle at all. But it's not a bad manual. I mean it's in black and white, and to be honest I like a few more pictures myself. That's the box, comes sort of folded up. Let's get that out of the way. But yeah, the pistol grip, I probably won't bother with that, to be honest. You know, it's not bad as it is. I think I'll definitely go for the paracord wrap around the skeleton stock. I think that'll look cool. Don't know what colour. No, I don't think I'll go for zombie green somehow. And then moving along to the trigger, it is a metal trigger blade, pretty plain, and you've got a metal trigger guard here, and then a nice sort of wide hammer with a bit of grip on there, and then sights, not bad. I mean you could bang an optic on this, no problem, because there's quite a bit of rail to go at, maybe a little red dot, maybe just a little sort of normal scope, obviously a nice small one. Probably want it on fairly high mounts, to be honest, you know, because when you get your cheek down on this rifle you've really sort of got to tuck in low to sort of look along those sights. But the open sight's not bad. You'll see this is fully adjusted to the one side as far as windage is concerned. That is actually zeroed for me. Don't ask me why. I don't know whether the sights are on a bit, I don't know, ski whiff or something, but that is actually zeroed. It's a bit weird, but we hit the mark with it anyway. And then moving along, like I say, you've got this quad rail on here. Now this is where I'll sort of mention one of my modifications that I've done for this, and it's just an add-on really. I found this to be a little bit, I don't know, skinny when shooting this this rifle. So what I've got these off an old airsoft gun, is just a bit of picatinny protection covers. I've got this type where you can just sort of add bits to it or whatever. Found these on an old airsoft gun. These things pretty much do the job and actually assist in the grip of this rifle. So you just slide them on and then just lock them down like that, if we can get it on properly. I always fail when doing this sort of stuff on camera. There we go. You lock that on and it just offers a bit more sort of grip, and gives a bit of meat to the bones, so to speak. It just feels better in my opinion, so I personally sort of just add them on, but it's up to you if you just want to keep it sort of bare minimal. But these rails are cool. I mean, you can add whatever you want to it. I mean, what would you add to it? It's a survival rifle at the end of the day. I don't really think you're going to pimp it that much. Like I said, looking at the pictures in Google, a lot of guys have sort of totally wrapped this gun with paracord. You could wrap this rail with paracord, probably keep, you know, another sort of couple of meters of paracord on there maybe, I don't know. But I'm just running it with those rails like I've just showed you. It just seems to suit me better. And then moving along the barrel, steel barrel obviously, and then to your front sight, it's just a post front sight. That'd be kind of nice if it was a true glow sight. I may even add one to it later on. And then you've got 1/2 inch UNF thread. It does come with a plastic cover. This is quite funny, guys. When I first had this, now the plastic covers that you get, they are kind of threaded, but they're not great. You can pretty much just push them straight on. I think it was coming loose as I was shooting this rifle, and then all of a sudden it disappeared. I think I actually shot it off the end of the barrel, which is quite funny. Didn't do any damage anyway to me or the rifle, but God knows where it went. I think it went flying down range at about 1,000 feet per second. But I just put a little muzzle brake on this now. I mean, obviously it's a 2.2 Rimfire, it doesn't need a muzzle brake, but that's more of a thread protector than anything. I'm sure you could just pick up a normal thread protector if you don't want anything like that on it, but I bang this on anyway, and it just, you know, adds a bit of coolness to it, I guess. But yeah, 1/2 inch UNF thread on there. I mean, I've even ran this thing with a moderator on, or a can, whatever you want to call it. Obviously it's going to add to the weight, add to the length of this thing, but you know, it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's a survival rifle. I guess you'd want to keep it minimalistic, you know, nice and light, so you can just stow it away. But what a cool little rifle. It really is cool. To break it open, like I said at the beginning of this video, just pull this lever here, and that just breaks it open. It's just totally sort of minimal. There's nothing to this gun. There really isn't. You've got an ejector there. It's not a spring assisted ejector, so it won't flick the empty shell out. It will just push it up, so obviously you've just got to grab it and sort of flick it out of the way. But just a great little rifle. It is a little bit dirty actually. Need to give it a bit of a clean. But serious fun. I mean, I could not believe how much fun I was having with this thing. And it's just a single shot, you know. It's not like you can dump a mag on this thing, you know, and just blaze away. But it was just making me smile every time I shot this thing. It really is a fun little gun. The lever to break the gun is metal as well, and it's got like this knurling on it to offer you a bit of grip. We had no problems with this, you know, wearing gloves. The only problem I found with this rifle, when you are actually wearing gloves, is the trigger guard is a little bit small. Struggling a little bit with a glove trigger finger, so to speak. But apart from that, you know, no problems at all. That's it there, guys, with my rail covers on. I mean, totally up to you whether you'd want to do that. It just seems to feel better and handle better with those on. I mean, you can wrap it with paracord or get different types of covers, whatever you want, or just leave it as it is. If you was putting an optic on this, you'd probably have to have a different type of cover to what I've got here as far as rail covers go. But I'm pretty much going to leave this as it is. I probably will wrap the skeleton stock with paracord. Possibly will swap the sights for some true glow ones, especially the front. But apart from that, going to leave it as it is. Keep it super lightweight and minimalistic. Now with the rifle, you are supplied with your own little backpack bag, whatever you want to call it. Chiappa little badger on it. Not bad, sort of nylon case cover, or like I said, backpack. You know, it's got the straps on it. Pretty cool. Fold the rifle up and just basically drop it in there. You've got the Velcro bit there, close it up, and there you go. There's your rifle, all bagged up. I mean, look at that, that's like a foot. It really is cool, really is cool. And I mean, this thing, you could literally put it on your back, you know, in a backpack. It's just totally small. I mean, if you're in a country where you know, able to do that sort of thing and just carry your stuff with you wherever, or it's just a real neat package, this rifle is. It's just, you know, a bug out rifle, whatever you want to call it. Really is cool. Excuse the mud on this, but we have been using this thing, we have been testing this thing, as you can see. Say the other week we were shooting this thing in the snow, freezing conditions. And it was just running. Well, it's obvious it had run well in those sort of conditions. It's not going to make any difference to it because this rifle is so simple. Just a simple basic hammer action single shot rifle. Really cool, really cool. Anyway guys, that's it. That's your rack and load review of the Chiappa Little Badger. It's also known as the Little Squirrel, and I've just noticed on the rifle it says Little Rabbit, so make up your own mind, whatever you want to call it. I think we should just call it the Little Mammal. I think that will just cover everything. But anyway guys, that's your rack and load review. Thanks for watching. See ya.